Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Dear students, welcome back to Biology online classes. The chapter under CET NEET what we are discussing is about reproductive health. So students, take out the worksheet. We are in the worksheet number 1. So in the previous session we have discussed good amount of 20 questions in this particular worksheet. So let's start with the next question, that is question number 21. Okay. So let me read out the question for you. Which of the following is a hormone releasing intrauterine device or IUD? We have discussed enough regarding the intrauterine device, that is IUD. There are 3 types. One is non-medicated, for example lips loop. Second one is the copper releasing, examples CU7, CUT, multi-load 375. Third one is the hormone releasing, releases the hormones such as LNG20, levonorgestrel and progesterone. So identify the correct one. Hormone releasing is LNG20. Cervical cap, vaults. What are these? These are the barrier methods. These are barrier made up of rubber, okay, and that are inserted into the female reproductive tract, so that will prevent the conception by blocking the entry of the sperms, okay. So that can be wear by the females to cover the cervix region, so that the sperms will not enter through the cervix, and they are reusable. One can wash it and can use again. Then coming to question number 22, assisted reproductive technology ART, IVF, in vitro fertilization, that involves the transfer of, options are 1, ovum into the fallopian tube, 2, zygote into the fallopian tube, 3, zygote into the uterus, 4, embryo with the 16 blastomeres into the fallopian tube. Yes. ART means assisted reproductive technology. IVF means, we already discussed, in vitro fertilization, where the fertilized egg, which is in the stage of zygote, single celled diploid zygote, that can be transferred to the fallopian tube or maybe into the uterus, okay. Ovum, if you transfer into the fallopian tube, that is called as a gamete intrafallopian transfer. In short, it is called as gift. So what is the right option here? The right option is option 2, that is zygote into the fallopian tube, that is ZIFT, zygote intrafallopian transfer. You can see NCERT page number 64, okay. So if the embryo is less than 8 blastomere stage, then it is called as ZIFT, but if it is more than 8 blastomeres, then it is called as intrauterine transfer, or in short it is called as IUT, correct? No. So husband or from the donor, the artificial introduced into the vagina, and that is called as intrauterine insemination, okay, that is called as intrauterine insemination. So assisted reproductive technology, in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer, in short commonly called as test tube baby, TTT. So this involves zygote into the fallopian tube. Okay. So in vitro fertilization, IVF, outside the body in almost similar condition what is present inside the body, and it is followed by the embryo transfer. In short, it is called as ET. So popularly known as the test tube baby program. Ova from the wife or the donor female and sperms from the husband or the donor male is collected, and they are made to fuse to form the zygote under the simulated conditions in the lab, that is in vitro fertilization. So zygote with early embryo, say with 8 blastomeres, could then be transferred into the fallopian tube, then it is called as a ZIFT, zygote intrafallopian transfer, and embryos with more than 8 blastomeres maybe into the uterus, in that case it is called as IUT, intrauterine transfer. So to complete the further developmental process. Okay. So see the option 2. So embryos formed by the in vitro fertilization could be used for such transfer to assist those females who cannot conceive. Let's move to next question, question number 23. Which of the following viruses is not transferred, okay, through semen of an infected male? Which of the following viruses is not transferred through semen of an infected male? That means which of the following is not an example for sexually transmitted disease or STD? 4 options are Hepatitis B virus, human immunodeficiency virus, that is HIV, Chikungunya virus, or Ebola virus. Now the right option is the option 3, Chikungunya virus. Chikungunya is not a sexually transmitted disease, it is a viral disease. It is caused by a virus we already studied, that is Aedes aegypti, which also causes dengue fever. So it is a viral borne disease. First outbreak was identified or discovered in southern Tanzania, where the first outbreak of chikungunya southern Tanzania. It's a region in Australian continent. In the year 1952, so take down this, the year 1952. Okay, so this is the RNA virus which belongs to the genus alpha. So write RNA virus belongs to which genus? Genus alpha. Correct? Right, genus alpha virus of family Togoviridae, belongs to family Togoviridae. So genus alpha and family Togoviridae, RNA virus which causes chikungunya was first identified in the year 1952 in southern Tanzania. Mark it as important. So Aedes aegypti is the female mosquito which transfers this particular virus, that is the RNA virus. Mark it as important. Okay. So chikungunya, what is the meaning of this chikungunya? Whether it is chicken? No, it is, meaning is twisted or bent over. What is the meaning? Twisted or bent over. So major symptom is twisting or bending of the extremities such as legs. So twisted or bent over, that is the meaning. So that means the person may commonly suffer with the joint pain. Person may suffer with the joint pain. Let's coming to Ebola virus. During the theory also I have explained this. Ebola virus. So it has, the name has come from the Ebola river in Africa. Why the name it is called Ebola virus? Because it has come from a river called as Ebola river in the Africa. So one can get or contract this disease by sexually, that is sexually transmitted disease. This is Ebola virus. Okay. So the virus may get inside the body through the eyes or through the nose or through the mouth or through the skin or any mucous membrane, and during the sex also it can be transmitted. Next, Hepatitis B virus. So Ebola is a really dangerous virus because it may cause internal bleeding as well as the failure of the internal organs and may lead to death. Then Hepatitis B. Hepatitis B virus. So it is as a virus. It's a infection to the liver. Hepatic means liver. Itis means inflammation. So inflammation of the liver, that is called as hepatitis. So this is the disease of liver. Inflammation of the liver. Okay. So it can be caused by exposing to the body fluids. Means it can be transmitted through blood or any other body fluids, lymph or serum. But under question number 23, human immunodeficiency virus, yes, already you know, which causes AIDS acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. It is also a virus disease which is caused by reverse transcriptase, isn't it? The virus which uses the enzyme reverse transcriptase and they convert the RNA, the genetic material, into DNA. Okay, and they multiply and they destroy the Th cells, the T helper cells. So the person is prone to many infections because both the lineages of the immune system are affected. One is the humoral immunity, B cells mediated immunity. Another one is the cell mediated immunity or the T cell mediated immunity. Both the lineages are affected. So that is about the HIV. Let's move to question number 24. Which of the following is not a sexually transmitted disease? Once again, syphilis, yes. Treponema pallidum is the causative bacterium which causes syphilis. We already studied different stages of syphilis, stage 1, stage 2, latent phase as well as stage 3. Then acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, AIDS is caused by HIV virus. Trichomoniasis, Trichomonas vaginalis is the causative agent. It is a parasite, it is not a virus, it is a parasite which are having one cell or single cells. So it can be caused due to sexual contact. So genital contact during the sex, this disease can be spread. That is trichomoniasis, Trichomonas vaginalis. It is a sexually transmitted disease. Then the fourth option, just see, encephalitis they have given. What is encephalitis? Encephalitis is not an example for sexually transmitted disease. It is an acute inflammation of the brain. So encephalitis, inflammation of the brain. Inflammation of brain, encephalitis. Note down. So viral encephalitis, the most important cause is the viral encephalitis. The different kinds of viruses may be responsible for this. The virus may be herpes virus, herpes simplex, rabies virus. Different kinds of virus may cause rabies virus, then herpes virus, Encephalitis, it is just the symptom. Okay, rabies disease irbodu, herpes disease, these are caused by virus, and one of the symptom is inflammation of the brain. Okay, so this is a viral disease, encephalitis. So different viral agents like rabies virus irbodu, herpes virus, these are all causative agents. They are responsible for the encephalitis, inflammation of the brain. Or they may be measles virus, polio virus. Okay, there are different viruses are responsible for. Okay. Okay, now there is a disease called bacterial meningitis. What is that? Bacterial meningitis. And this disease is caused by the bacteria. So bacterial meningitis. Itis means inflammation. If the suffix ends with itis, meaning is inflammation. So here also this is the inflammation of the brain. Here the inflammation of meninges of the brain. So that is caused by bacteria. So these are the encephalitis, means inflammation of the brain caused by virus or maybe bacteria. It is not transmitted to the sexual means. So it is not an example for STD. Others are all examples for STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. So other viral sexually infected or transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted infections, which includes the genital herpes or genital warts or AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, all this you have studied. Apart from this, there may be caused by parasites like that trichomonas, trichomoniasis, trichomonas vaginalis is the causative agent which causes trichomoniasis. Let's move to the next question, question number 25. Progestasert is an IUD, means it is an intrauterine device. Progestasert is an example for hormone releasing IUD. Apart from that, there is an LNG, levonorgestrel 20 micrograms per day needs to be injected. So which makes the uterus unsuitable and cervix hostile to the sperms, as they are what? They are examples of hormone releasing IUDs. That is option 1 is the correct option. Okay. So these hormone releasing IUDs, how they affect? Because they will go and they will make the uterus or cervix hostile for the sperms. They will check or block the movement of the sperms and thus prevents the process of fertilization. So sperms cannot mate with the ovum and it will prevent the process of fertilization. So here one can create a situation in such a way that the human cervix, the mucus which is secreted in the human cervix, can go and actually attack the mucus. So after attacking that, it will stop the chance of fertilizing capacity. So the mucous membrane of the cervix is attacked by this hormone releasing intrauterine device, then the sperm cannot survive. Okay, this is how this intrauterine device, that is hormone releasing device, works. Let's move to next question, question number 26. Assisted reproductive technology ART, it does not include what? Zygote extra-fallopian transfer. That is the right option. There is no word as such as zygote extra-fallopian transfer. There is only zygote intra-fallopian transfer, that is ZIFT is possible. Option 2, in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer, it is already possible. IVF and ET, that is the test tube baby program that we already studied. Then artificial insemination, AI is possible when the male individual cannot produce the sperm, or the sperm is not sufficient enough, or the number of sperms which are very less, or any defective sperms, or if there is any disease, then artificial insemination can be done. Then gamete intra-fallopian transfer, that is the method of gift, where the gametes are taken from the women, from the wife or from the donor, and the sperms are taken from the husband or the male, and then they are made to fertilize in the laboratory conditions. The conditions are similar which which are inside the body, and then the zygote is directly transferred into the fallopian tube or oviduct of the female, which is called as ZIFT or zygote intrafallopian transfer. And gamete intrafallopian transfer is just the transfer of the gametes into the fallopian tube or the oviduct region. Okay, so that when the sperms come in contact, the fertilization will take place. Next question number 27. Lactational amenorrhea. Options are: prevents the secretion of prolactin. 2. Prevents the secretion of milk from the breast. 3. Prevents the process of spermatogenesis. 4. Prevents conception. Yes, you are correct. It prevents the conception because lactational amenorrhea is one of the natural method of birth control. So, when the woman, she is a breastfeeder, she is feeding to the young ones, baby, then the level of prolactin hormone is more. So, this prolactin hormone is more, that means it will stop the process of ovulation, that is release of the ovum from the Graafian follicle, it is stopped. So, that is why the conception is likely not likely to happen during the period or during the time of breastfeeding. So, the correct option is the option 4. Next, question number 28. Amniocentesis is one of the method. What is amniocentesis? Whether it is used for fetal sex determination or adopted for MTP or medical termination of the pregnancy, or it is used for safe parturition. Parturition means childbirth or delivery, or of a method of birth control. So, amniocentesis can be used for fetal sex determination. So, it involves the extraction of the amniotic fluid by insertion of a needle through the abdomen into the uterus, and the amniotic sac, the sac which covers the embryo, it is filled with the amniotic fluid. One can withdraw during the 14 to 16 week of pregnancy. So, amniotic fluid, it contains the amniotic membrane cells, and also it contains some fetal skin cells which are then cultured to detect any chromosomal anomaly or any chromosomal abnormality or aberrations present in the fetus. So, by analyzing the chromosomal aberrations, defects, and also for the determination of the sex of the fetus. So, when they draw the amniotic fluid, they will see the pattern or arrangement of the chromosomes. You know that the human female having 2 X chromosomes and the human male are having a single X and single Y chromosomes. So, they will look into the arrangement of the chromosomes, whether XX chromosome is present or XY chromosome is present. So, amniocentesis can be done both for determination of sex of the fetus as well as to see whether there is any aberrations or abnormalities in the chromosomes. So, both it is possible, and it can also be used for detection of some of the genetic disorders like Down syndrome. What is Down syndrome? You have studied in Principles of Inheritance and Variation, that is the trisomy 21. That means there is an extra chromosome in the chromosome number 21. Instead of 2 chromosomes, there are 3 chromosomes. So, making the number 47 from 46, which is the Down syndrome. So, it can be used for detection of any genetic disorders, but this cannot be used for determination of cleft palate. Cleft palate is also a condition, it is a genetic disorder where one side of the mouth region, okay, facial region, which shift to the left or the right side, that is cleft palate. I think I have already forwarded you the diagram during the theory class. So, amniocentesis is one of the method for fetal sex determination. Let us move to question number 29. In context of amniocentesis only, which of the following statement is incorrect? First one, it is usually done when a woman is between 14 to 16 weeks of pregnant. Yes, it can be done only when the woman is around 14 to 16 weeks of pregnancy. Second one, it is used for prenatal sex determination. It can be used for prenatal sex determination. Third one, it can be used for detection of Down syndrome. Yes, it can also be used for detection of the Down syndrome, which is nothing but the trisomy 21. Then it can be used for detection of cleft palate. No, it cannot be used for detection of cleft palate. For other three options it can be used. So the incorrect option is the option 4. Let's move to question number 30. Which of the following is hormone releasing iud? 1. Lips loop. 2. Cu7, copper 7. Third, LNG, levonorgestrel 20. And the fourth one is multi-load 375. So multi-load 375, Cu7, these are examples for copper releasing IUDs. Lips loop is an example for non-medicated IUD. Then levonorgestrel 20, it is an example for hormone releasing IUD, which contains a hormone called as progestin. Contains the hormone progestin, or also called as progestogen, which is the synthetic progesterone. So progesterone is the pregnancy hormone, which is secreted by the corpus luteum. Okay, let's move to question number 31. Which of the following is incorrect regarding the vasectomy? Vasectomy means cutting surgically the vas deferens, the spermatic duct, and tying so that the sperms cannot enter into the further into the urethra. So that is vasectomy. It is done in the male. So here the vas deferens is cut and tied. That is the right option. Option 1. Irreversible sterility. It cannot be reversed. It is irreversible. It cannot be reversed, and it is a permanent cause. Okay. So irreversible sterility. It will not cause sterility. Sterility means the person is unable to produce the semen, correct? But here the person can produce the seminal vesicles because seminal fluid, because seminal fluid is produced by the seminal vesicles and the different accessory glands. Okay, so it will not cause sterility in male. That is the misconception. Third one, no sperms occur in the seminal fluid. Okay, so which of the following is incorrect regarding the vasectomy? Vas differentia is cut and tied. It is correct. Then irreversible sterility. So here the sterility means the male is not able to deposit the sperms. There may be seminal fluid, but he is not able to deposit the sperms into the female reproductive tract and make her to conceive. So that means it causes sterility. In that way it is correct. Then the third option is no sperm occurs in the seminal fluid. No sperm occurs in the seminal fluid is correct. Then no sperm occurs in the epididymis. Sperm is produced inside the seminiferous tubules of the testis. From the testis it will, from the seminiferous of the tubules of the testis it will move to the next region, that is the red testis, and from the red testis it will go to the vasa efferentia, efferent ductuli, and from the vas efferentia it will move to the next region, that is epididymis, where the maturation of the sperms takes place, and from the epididymis it will move to the vas deferens or the spermatic duct. So sperm occurs in the epididymis. So that is the incorrect option, that is the option 4. Let's move to question number 32. In India, the action plans for family planning were initiated in the year Yes, 1951. Factual question, direct question. Option 3. Next, move to question number 33. Match the following sexually transmitted diseases in column 1 with the causative agent in the column 2 and select the correct option. Gonorrhea, it is caused by Neisseria gonorrhoeae bacteria. Syphilis is caused by Treponema pallidum bacteria. Genital warts is caused by human papilloma virus, that is HPV virus. AIDS is caused by HIV virus. So which is the right option which match all the options? That is option A or 1. In the last two questions we are left with. Question number 34. The function of the copper ions in the copper releasing iud is they suppress the sperm motility and fertilizing capacity of the sperms. Option A is the correct. Second option says they inhibit gametogenesis. They will not inhibit the gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is the production of the gametes that will not be affected. They make the uterus unsuitable for implantation. Then they inhibit the ovulation. So they make uterus unsuitable for implantation. It is not the copper ions, it is the hormone releasing iuds. They inhibit the ovulation, they will never inhibit ovulation. So right option is option 1. So the last question under the first worksheet, that is question number 35. In case of a couple where the male is having a very low sperm count, which technique will be suitable for fertilization? That we already discussed. That is option 3, artificial insemination. It is not intrauterine transfer, or it is not gamete intracytoplasmic fallopian transfer, or neither it is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So in case of couple where the man, if he is having very low sperm count, the sperms cannot touch the female genital tract. It cannot reach the female or cannot travel to the female genital tract to get fertilized due to its very low count. So the technique which is used to get the sperm fertilized inside the female, the technique is artificial insemination. Here the sperm is directly introduced into the cervix region of the female and inside the uterine cavity for achieving in vitro fertilization. So sperms can be used from the donor or can be used from in case of if the husband cannot produce sufficient sperms, then it has to be taken from the donor and can be introduced into the female reproductive tract. That is artificially inseminating. Okay. Or sometimes if the female cannot produce a sufficient amount of eggs, then the eggs are also collected from the donor and the sperms are fertilized, the egg outside the body artificially, then the zygote is introduced into the female reproductive tract. So by this we have completed all the 35 questions under worksheet number 1. So students, take down all the important points what I have written on the board and also take down my lecture notes, and thank you for watching the video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.